Political prisoners in Canada. Quick back review of the Freedom Convoy that went to Ottawa. It was just a grassroots movement that grew on its own self. The Canadian people saw a way to unite in their expression of their distaste um, for what's politely called government overreach. Now, I'll just, in broad terms, the half a dozen players who became and still are recognized as names in conjunction with the Freedom Rally and what happened in Ottawa. They weren't organizers, they weren't the Pied Pipers, and the big names are Tamara Lich, Chris Barber, a couple of others, and Pat King, who we'll come to in a minute. They didn't organize this, they just fell kind of backwards into becoming, in Tamara Lich's case, and Chris Barber, Freedom George, and the fourth fellow's name eludes me at the moment, sorry. They're political prisoners. Their charges have gone up from mischief and aiding and abetting mischief to some serious charges, obstructing police, and again, the word eludes me, but aiding and abetting isn't the right word. Obstructing police. It's serious charges. At the same time, in this past weekend, I haven't had time today to get to it, but the rallies all across Canada, I mean, it can't remain hidden anymore. The government won't talk about it, and their state-controlled media doesn't expose it. But the numbers in locations and attendees is undeniable. It's on a sharp increase. At the same time, the government's doubling down, it's a polite way of putting it, on our political prisoners. Pat King's still in jail. What is it, more than 6 weeks later? And his initial charges were mischief-based. Yeah, he's been hit with a lot more. Pat King really had nothing to do with it. He was just some guy like me with a channel expressing his views. He was already established in that sense, had a following, and just became more popular. He's a public figure, in essence, in relation to the Freedom Convoy. No organizer, no leader, just a sacrificial lamb, I'm afraid, as is Tamara and Chris and George. It's quite evident where the government is going with this. I mean, they're certainly, inarguably, ignoring what is no longer can even be jokingly referred to as a fringe minority. And again, I keep stressing the Canadian people, you got to realize these bills that are going through Parliament because of the marriage between the NDP and the Liberals, not a one of them belongs in a democracy. And yet, a lot of Canadian people are just going, oh, wake up, people. The end is near.